Hello, Sonar family. Jules here. Got a tip or trick actually for you today. That is a workaround for using an SQ2 APS lug gasket on a designer series drums. If you did not realize it, and I know some people didn't because I've had this discussion, argument, whatever you want to call it online, there is a difference. That what they've done is in the designer series, the APS pieces, you can see here the one on the left, the APS piece is actually protruded into the shell and isolated the screw, the lug screw, from the shell completely. Well, they've eliminated that. And so now you've got to figure out an option to make up for that missing flange. A piece of hose sounds like a simple solution, but the problem I ran into, I couldn't find a hose that had the right inside and outside diameter dimensions. What I did realize was that you can use one of Sonar's 8 millimeter cymbal tilter sleeves and accomplish the same thing. So if you see here, uh, this is what it looks like in the hole. This is from the hole the other way. You can see it's a good fit in there. Now, here's a picture of the actual SQ2 APS sitting on top of the large flange of the cymbal sleeve. And they're about identical, if not identical. All you have to do is carefully cut that large flange off. You cut the length of the sleeve about the same thickness as the shell itself. Not necessarily the full thickness, it's still going to isolate, but that's how I took care of that. Clean and neat, still use Sonar products, no aftermarket stuff, and it worked out good. If you're like me and when something comes up, you just want a good, solid, clean fix, this works. Now, something else you could do, ST Drum actually offers an adapter set. They do add a extra, probably a 30-second of distance between the shell and the lug. So ultimately, you could wind up with a little bit of a spacing difference around the circumference of that drum, which may or may not be a problem. Probably not in almost every case. But anyway, that is another option. So now we'll talk about why would they make such a change? You know, you're looking at their flagship line, you're looking at one of the most expensive lines of drums on the planet, eliminating the flange on the molds and saving, from buying the larger drill bit to a smaller drill bit just doesn't seem pragmatic. I just don't see that being it. Talked to Buzz King about the difference in the hole sizes and all that in the shells. And a point he made that I really hadn't thought about was that having less manipulation in the shell, where you've got actually more shell and less rubber attached to it, um, may actually improve the sustain and resonance of the drum. And you know what? If you go listen to anything Todd Zuckerman has recorded on his SQ2s since he's come back to Sonar, I don't think there's an argument to be made that there's anything lacking in the tone, sustain, or resonance of the SQ2 series. Far from it. So here's a quick fix for you. If you've been trying to figure out how to deal with this, or if you have this come up, I hope this video helps, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.